Credit card losses bottomed in September 2021. But why? It's because everything was put on hold. Everything. You had the debt moratoriums of all kinds. You don't have to pay your rent. You don't have to pay your mortgage. You don't have to pay your student loans. You don't have to pay anything. And so people started to pay off their credit cards because at 22%, yeah, I'm going to pay that down if I have the chance. But now things are changing. The student loans coming through. You got to pay that now. There's no more moratoriums. All of the stimulus benefits coming through. So we know it's a very different environment than where we were a couple years ago. So imagine that. Imagine the circumstances of where we were at a couple years ago, how different it is today. And so I can cover that right here. You got to understand that defaults have risen. We've got these bankruptcies that are picking up, both individual and on the corporate side. And then with rates staying high, the problem is intensified. So the longer that stretches on for, the bigger the problem is. Even if rates don't go higher, if they go longer, we go longer into 2024, into beyond that, that's going to be a big issue. So it really all depends on what happens with inflation, what companies do. If prices stay too high, of course, then that's going to hit the consumer. I've heard from you many cases where you have said you don't see as many people going to that particular restaurant anymore. I've seen it. I've seen your comments. At the same time, I've read article after article talking about how, they're measuring how much tips that was sent to me by a subscriber today or yesterday. They're not seeing as many. They've calculated it out and tips percentages have dropped. You just look at all that anecdotal type of evidence that has been going on over the last little while, and things have certainly changed, meaning the consumer buying patterns are different. Okay, so keep that in mind.